Let's listen in to what Nawaz Sharif had to say earlier.
Single party in the country today after the elections, और मैं समझता हूं कि हमारा फर्ज है कि इस मुल्क को भंवर से निकाला जाए। सब पार्टियों के मैंडेट का एहतराम करते हैं, जिनको भी मैंडेट मिला है हम दिल की गहराइयों से एहतराम करते हैं, चाहे वो पार्टी है, चाहे वो फर्द वाहिद है, चाहे वो आजाद लोग हैं। हम उनको भी दावत देते हैं कि इस जख्मी पाकिस्तान को मुश्किलात से निकालने के लिए आओ हमारे साथ बैठ।
Mr. Sanjeev Srivastava, international affairs expert, joins us this morning. So what do you make of these strong statements coming in by the former Prime Minister of Pakistan?
Well, at this point of time, attempts are being made by the Nawaz Sharif to reach out to the other, political parties, because there is a clearly hung National Assembly. And because PTI has not contested elections directly, PTI affiliates have contested, and they have obviously won the largest number of seats thus far. But the single largest party is the PML Nawaz only, and that's why they are claiming that they will be looking forward to form the government. But one thing is quite certain, I must say, that PTI. Had there been a free and fair elections, had the PTI been allowed to contest this election, had the Imran Khan were allowed to lead the election, then he would have got the massive maturity. There's no doubt on that. And there is a clear, there are reports that interference has been made, and all sorts of restrictions were imposed. A state crackdown was done by the real rulers of Pakistan, that is Pakistan Army and ISI, against Imran Khan, against the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Despite that state crackdown, despite all sorts of measures, restrictions which were imposed against the PTI affiliates have performed so well. And this shows the kind of popularity former Prime Minister Imran Khan has at this point of time. And that's what the biggest fear was of the real rulers of Pakistan, that is Pakistan's Army and ISI. And again, I think the same kind of script will be written when Nawaz Sharif will be positioned on the post of prime ministership again, and all sorts of post poll alliances, all sorts of measures the Army and ISI is currently taking, and there are reports suggesting that all sorts of efforts are being made to put Nawaz Sharif on the position of Prime Minister of Pakistan yet again for the fourth time. So these elections are certainly not free and fair, I must say, and because the level playing field was not allowed, and PTI had not been given any chance, and they had they were dismantled even before the elections. So I think again the same kind of script of a selected Prime Minister is being written, and I think that is going to be former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. He is going to be again, it appears, taking over power for the fourth time in Pakistan, which is really, yet again, the unfortunate political situation for the nation of Pakistan that I must admit.
Right, sir. Absolutely. Stay on with us. More news coming in on the same front. Amid developments in Pakistan, reactions are pouring in from across the world. The US has expressed concerns about the electoral process in Pakistan, while stating categorically that it will work with the next Pakistani government, regardless of political party, to advance shared bilateral interests. Meanwhile, the UK has also stated that it has recognized serious concerns raised about the fairness and lack of inclusivity of the elections. They have further stated, and I quote, "We regard that not all parties were formally permitted to contest the elections and that legal processes were used to prevent some political leaders from participation." Additionally, the European Union has also questioned credibility of Pakistan's elections and has urged a probe into the process. The EU statement noted, and I quote, "a lack of a level playing field," attributing that to the inability of some political actors to contest the election and to restrictions to freedom of assembly, freedom of expression and internet access. So, of course, more news coming in on the same front. Meanwhile, joining us on the broadcast is Group Captain UK Devnath, defence expert. Good morning, sir, and thank you so much for speaking to us on NewsX. Now, it almost seems like the interference of the army may not yield the desired results. What do you make of this probe that's now being made by the US, UK and the European Union?
Savri, though adverse comments have been forthcoming continuously from USA, from UK, from European Union, notwithstanding that now Pakistan establishment will go ahead and form a government with help from various small parties, except they will discourage all these independents to form a single largest group. Deep state in Pakistan is very active. They have tried their best so that PTI does not contest as a uniform single largest powerful political party. Efforts were on before election only to break these independent candidates. Now that almost 100 plus independent candidates will be there in the National Assembly, ISI will leave no stone unturned to ensure that they are blackmailed, they are threatened, they are maneuvered, they are coaxed, cajoled and pushed to disintegrate and not form a single largest block of independence. Rather, these people will be blackmailed, pushed, Sam Dam Dan Bhed, so that they as independent candidates support the Nawaz Sharif government. A large role was expected that IMF will put some kind of a pressure so that these elections are free, fair, but that did not happen. Pakistan is trying to obtain almost $4 billion worth of loan from IMF. IMF just issued a very weak statement saying that Pakistan Election Commission should ensure a free and fair election. That did not cut much ice with Pakistan. Similarly, the shadow of FATF, Financial Action Task Force, is looming large over Pakistan. They had hinted that if the elections are not fair and free, then probably Pakistan that may gravitate Pakistan towards being put on a grey list by FATF. That also did not have much influence. As far as international observers are concerned, they have already said that there are indications that there were manipulations in counting of votes. Ballot papers were manipulated to show candidates belonging to PMLN as leading at many of the places. There are open indications. Role of Pakistan Army is now very important. We hope that Nawaz Sharif, if he forms a government, then he is able to rein in Pakistan Army and ASI. As a democratic nation, India, we in India, as a democratic, mature and vibrant democracy, we expect that if Nawaz Sharif forms a government, the government should be stable. Bilawal Bhutto has to play a constructive role in case he joins Nawaz Sharif. There are small fringe parties, MQM, etc. Islamist parties are there. There are some terrorist candidates also surprisingly have won. These people must play a very proactive role now. Nawaz has declared that he wants to have a good relation with India. Whether these fringe elements, the Islamic party, Islamists, jihadi oriented some of the people, they will allow Nawaz to follow a pro-India policy. It is to be seen.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.